guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought in today's video it could be fun to do some things on my spring bucket list because honestly, it feels like summer already. It feels like spring came really early and now it's already summer. That's what it just feels like outside. The flowers are dying. So I need to get on my spring bucket list immediately. I already started reading Little Women. One of the things on my spring bucket list was to read Little Women and watch the movie as well. For some reason, I don't know why I put this on my spring bucket list. It just felt right. And I did start this yesterday. I only read 2 chapters, which was 22 pages, and I already felt like crying on page 15. It just feels so wholesome. So I'm really enjoying this. I think I'm gonna go to a cafe today and continue reading. While I'm downtown, I need to return some library books, and I think I'm also gonna go visit a museum. There's lots to choose from, so I'm probably gonna go do that as well. We'll see what else we get up to from the spring bucket list in this video. So this was the day that I learned during the Jim Crow South, Black Americans actually created butter pecan ice cream because they were refused access to vanilla ice cream. It was used as a signifier of whiteness and exclusivity, which is honestly just baffling. I love this piece done with combs and threads. The artist Sonia Clark used hair as a metaphor for what connects us as humans, but also separates us racially. I need to show you guys some of these pieces that Quince so very kindly sent me. Quince is a brand that focuses on offering high quality essentials at accessible prices because everyone deserves to have nice things. They make premium fashion, home goods, and even wellness products without compromising on quality, sustainability, or ethics. Sustainability is built into everything they do. They choose organic materials, environmentally conscious packaging, and ethical business practices. They're able to do this by cutting out the middleman and working directly with top-tier manufacturers. With a focus on quality first and price second, they use the highest quality fabrics and materials such as 100% silk, 100% organic cotton, and 100% European linen that stand the test of time, ensuring that their products not only feel nicer but also last longer. They deliver all of this at a fraction of traditional retail prices. I'm gonna link all of these pieces down below, and new customers can get $20 off their first purchase when they sign up for email. And thank you so much again to Quince for sending me these pieces. I can't wait to wear them all throughout spring, all throughout summer. It's already feeling like summer here, as I said, so this came at the perfect time. So I'll have them linked down below so you can shop as well. Another thing on my spring bucket list was to do some puzzling. I feel like I used to do puzzling a lot during the pandemic and I really liked it. And I kind of just forgot that I did. And I completely forgot about it. But I wanted to do a spring theme puzzle, so I got this one. This looks very spring to me, lots of flowers, colorful flowers, butterflies. It just looks like a park during spring. 500 pieces, I kind of don't remember like how the difficulty level of each puzzle, like I'm pretty sure 100 pieces is like really, really easy and the pieces are huge. Actually, let me just open it and see. I know that they're like 5,000 piece puzzles and that it would take me forever. I'm kind of curious to see how long this one would take me. I'm just gonna do it here on the floor because I don't have one of those puzzle table things and I don't feel the need to have one either. The floor is good enough. Okay, the pieces are really not that small. Not too bad. I think I'm gonna listen to the audiobook of Little Women while I start this. I've also been reading In Her Own League by Liz Tomford. I actually started this before this, but I'm only reading this at night for some reason. I don't know, it's like just the book that I read before bed. So this one's like taking longer than usual. It's okay, I like it, but as someone who did read the Windy City series, it feels really repetitive because this is about Miller's father, and Miller was one of the main characters for the third book in that series. So we already learned her history with her father and we're kind of learning it again, but just from the father's perspective, and like it's nice, but it does feel a little bit repetitive, and I think it's like a good refresher for people who don't really remember, but I remember everything about them. I remember everything about this series because I do love it a lot, and I guess it's also good for people who aren't reading that series but just going straight into this one. I understand why she's doing it. It makes sense. I just, as someone who remembers a lot about the Windy City series, it does feel a little bit repetitive. Also, I love forbidden romance and like the tension that comes with it, but I'm realizing that I hate like waiting for them to get caught because obviously there's always going to be a blowout, and I'm realizing that I hate the build-up towards it. Not even that I hate the build-up, I just don't like when the build-up is too long. It's kind of just like, all right, I know that this is going to explode, so let's just get it over with. I felt that same way when I was reading, where is it? Oh, the redo list. It was best friend's brother, and I was just like sitting waiting for the brother to come home because I knew that he was going to be upset and it was going to be a mess, which it was. But yeah, that's how I feel about these forbidden romance type tropes. I do like the tension of it all, but still I kind of hate just sitting around waiting for it to explode. So yeah, reading that, but I think I'm gonna listen to Little Women while I do this puzzle. I keep thinking about that art museum from yesterday. Learning the history of vanilla ice cream is just, why is it haunting me? Also, I did my own hair for the first time with extensions. Like I always do my own mini twists, and it took, well, I don't even know how long it took because I very specifically knew I was gonna do half of it one day, half the other day, like half on a Saturday, half of it on a Sunday. That was the plan. And so I don't really know how long, and even with half and half, I took so many breaks. Like I took a break to nap, to eat, everything. Like it just was not a fluid thing. So it felt like I was going for 2 days and I was focusing on one thing for 2 days, but it obviously wasn't 48 hours of doing my hair. When I finished, I was like, honestly, that wasn't too bad. I think I went into it with the right intentions, with the right mindset. I remember I watched this video that Tony Bravo posted on YouTube, and it was titled like doing it myself or something like that, and she was talking about spending time braiding her own hair, and even though it's this time-consuming thing, like it's so important to be okay with taking a moment to just sit down, do something with your hands, watch your movies or your TV show, have some snacks or whatever, and just appreciate that moment to take care of yourself, like do something for yourself. And I don't know, be okay with, it feels like I'm not being productive. That's what it feels like. I feel like I didn't waste a weekend, but that's what it can feel like sometimes. And yeah, I don't know, watching her video just made me have a different mindset and perspective. It's all about perspective, and it really wasn't too bad. I'd do it again. I really love how it turned out, and I just wanted extensions because I didn't love how with my natural hair, it looked so I guess, boneless. I don't have thin hair, but I have fine strands, if that makes any sense. And so when my hair is out in a fro doing its own thing, it has volume, it looks pretty big, and I love it that way. But when it's in this any kind of twists or braids or anything without extra hair, I don't know, it just looks boneless. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, I also did make a really bad mistake when I was doing this hairstyle. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. If you can notice what I did wrong, yeah. And it was so upsetting in the moment. I think I'm maturing, because in the moment I was like, I just spent what felt like 2 days doing this and I ruined it like instantly. I want to burn this entire apartment down. Like, that's how I felt. I felt rage, and then I was like, whatever, it's fine. Moving on. But yeah, if you can't tell what I did wrong, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna call myself out. But it was so frustrating. You live and you learn though, and I would totally do this again. I'll probably do it again in the summer and do it right next time. Anyway, I'm gonna go listen to my audiobook and start this puzzle. I can't believe I once found puzzles to be relaxing. Every time I get like 5 pieces, I get irritated. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go touch grass. Yesterday I stopped and was like, I'm going to the gym. It's honestly a great motivator for the gym though, because I get irritated and I feel like that's the best place to deal with it, in the gym. But I finally found all of the corner pieces. Like, when I do puzzles, and I think this is like everyone does it this way, all of the edge pieces, you connect those first. I originally couldn't find a couple of the edge pieces, so they wouldn't connect, and that was bothering me. Found them, that was great. And since then, I've only got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces. Still confusing, and honestly, this should be easier because they have letters at the back, and I've been trying to use that to help. It's not really helping. But you know what? The goal was do a spring puzzle, and spring doesn't end until like June 19th, June 20th or something, so I won't be finishing this spring puzzle in today's vlog, but one day, I hope, if I keep getting 4 pieces a day and it's 500 pieces and I've did all the edges, maybe we'll get there. I've ordered some books on Pango Books. I think I ordered 4 recently, and this is just 2 of them. Basically, I kind of browse on there for books that maybe I've read already at the library or Kindle that I still want to own. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. That's exactly what this one is. It's a love story. I read this recently and I loved it. I had it from the library, and a part of me wanted to own it, but then I was also like, I didn't want to pay full price for it. This is $3 on Pango Books, so pretty worth it to me. It's originally $19 and it looks like it's in perfect condition. She also gave me a sticker. How sweet. And is this tea? Coconut mango? I've never heard of coconut mango tea, but I do love both those things, so that should be fun. And a little thank you note. This one I don't know. I think it's either Tom Lake or, no, I don't think it's Tom Lake. This is packaged very nicely. If this is Cleopatra and Frankenstein, I remember the shipping for this was free too, and the fact that she did all of this with free shipping is kind of crazy. Okay, yeah, so this is Cleopatra and Frankenstein, a hardcover version, and this one was $7, I think. I just wanted a hardcover to match my Blue Sisters hardcover, and I also think I'm going to reread this book because I read it so long ago And I remember I liked it, but I kind of don't remember anything about it. And then Blue Sisters became one of my favorite books of all time, so I kind of just want to go back and read this one again until we get another Coco Miller's book. I think I read somewhere that she's working on her next book, so that's exciting. And this person gave me a bookmark. Oh, I love these. I've never used them, but maybe I should use them. It's so fun. Also, yesterday, another reason why I stopped doing this is because I went to a trivia night. It was early 2000s pop culture themed, and I just knew that I was either going to be really great at it or really bad at it. It just all depends on how early 2000s we're talking. And also, like, I don't know, because obviously in the early 2000s I was really young, so that it just depends on the question. Like, for example, we were in teams and all of the questions about Disney, I was literally the only person in the room that got them right. Because a lot of people were like maybe 5 years older than me. And on my team, that was kind of the strong point. For me, just knowing stuff about Disney, everything else, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know any of this stuff. One of the questions that I was the only person in the room knew the answer to was, what was the name of the high school in High School Musical? And to me, that was so easy. That was the easiest question for me all night. East High, it's just so short and simple. And also such an iconic movie for me, but just a couple years off from these people, and we have different experiences with pop culture. Because so many of the things I didn't know, I was too young to be consuming like those movies or that kind of music. And so yeah, I didn't know much of it, but anything that came around about like Disney, some things about the internet, I was there. I was there for that. I was there for my team, and we actually got third place, which won us a $25 gift card each to a coffee shop. It was 3 of us, and yeah, we each got that. So that was fun. Trivia is interesting because I feel like the questions was not fair to me. I never showed you guys what I got at the bookstore when I was doing my little solo day. I got this at Buxton Books. It's just An Apprenticeship or The Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector. I've heard so many great things about this author, and I just wanted to try out her writing. But also for my travels this summer, I am collecting some thin books because I can't travel with lots of bulky books or hardcovers or anything like that. So definitely paperbacks only, and I'm also, yeah, just focused on books that are really short because I want to keep up with my reading. And I know on like plane rides, train rides, on the beach, I'm going to want to be reading something. But yeah, I can't pack up that suitcase with books. I've done that before. Silly. It's not smart because I'm only taking a carry-on, no checked. And so yeah, I've been trying to get some really tiny books for my vacation. So even though I bought this, I won't be reading it anytime soon. When I'm reading a classic, I kind of just assume that everyone knows what the book is about because it's so old and I feel like I'm the last person to read it. But just in case you don't know, this is a coming-of-age story about 4 sisters during the Civil War, and we're kind of just following their lives and seeing their ups and downs. There's lots of family exploration in this book, and we get to see how they all bond, but also see how different each of them are. I love that so much. It's like, I can't compare it to Blue Sisters. I can't compare the classic Little Women to Blue Sisters, but that is something that the 2 books have in common, even though the 2 books are so different. Like, it's about 4 sisters and we get to see their bond and how different the sisters are, and they just have such individual personalities. I love that. Obviously, that was one of my favorite books ever, and I'm loving it here too. Completely different kind of book, but still just something I love reading about. There's also so much self-discovery that we get to see with all of the sisters. I love that part as well. I love their outlook on life. It just feels so positive and hopeful, even though it's clearly not the best of times and they don't have a lot, but they're just always so grateful for what they do have. And I feel like a lot of it is tied to how they feel about their mother. They have such a good relationship with their mother. They admire her so much, and she's just such a good example for them. They look up to her so much, and it's just like she's everything they want to be. There was a part where one of the sisters was struggling with her anger management, and the mom was like trying to help her and tell her like, yeah, I can relate, I understand that. And she was just so in shock that her mom would ever experience that as well, because her mom is just so calm, and they just all see their mom as perfect. And I love it. I think it's so wholesome. Something about this story just feels very hopeful to me. Like, it's not all positive. There's literally war going on. It's not all perfect, but I don't know, it just feels like I have hope for a good outcome as I'm reading it. I'm on page 236 of this book. That's exactly part 2, chapter 24. I honestly don't think I'm gonna finish it in this vlog because this book is like 500 pages and my attention span is crazy right now. Also, I've been reading other books while I'm reading this, so I don't know if I'll finish it or not, but I do really like it. I also finished In Her Own League. It was fine. I liked the beginning, I liked the end. The middle just was constantly losing me. I don't know. Romance books lately, the long ones are just not doing it for me. I guess I could try to avoid that. If there's a romance book and it's saying it's 400 pages or 500 pages, maybe I can know that it's not going to be for me, but this is obviously like an author that I've liked in the past, and it's even a spin-off of the Windy City series, which I love. Of course I wanted to read it, you know, regardless of what the page count was, but I've just been noticing with romance books and these like 400 pages, it always leaves me feeling like it could have been shorter. There were multiple times when I was reading this book, I felt like the author was over-explaining things. I actually dog-eared one of the moments that I felt that way. It happened a lot before this, but I started to get fed up and I dog-eared it specifically so we can talk about it. So they were at a potluck. Potluck? Is that how you say that? Like a barbecue thing for their job. Anyway, so they were there and we're in the male's point of view, and it says, using one of the plastic forks, I push all the food on my plate together, mixing the flavors in a way they probably shouldn't be. What are we even talking about? What did that add at all? That's just one example. Like, things like that was kind of taking me out of the story. I just feel like there were random sentences that felt unnecessary. I don't know. And then when I'm reading a book and that's how I feel throughout the book, that there's so many unnecessary sentences that don't add anything to the story. Like the fact that Emmett was pushing his food around on the plate added nothing to the scene for me. But anyway, when that's how I'm reading it and that's how I feel throughout, and then the book is 400 pages, it's like, well, maybe it could have just been a little bit shorter. Like, and it doesn't even have to be a lot. If you pick out these sentences, maybe the book could end up being like 370 pages. I don't know what's going on lately with romance books and why they keep getting longer and longer. It's starting to feel really forced. Someone who works in publishing, please tell me, are they getting paid by the page? What's going on? Why is everyone forcing themselves to write longer romance books? And I always feel weird saying like the book's too long. I don't mind a long book. Lauren Asher has some 500-page romance books that, actually I'm pretty sure she has one that's like 600 pages. Isn't the third book in the Dreamland Billionaire series like 600 pages or almost? And I like that entire series and I like that book as well. Lauren Asher, I like most of her books, and most of her books are like really long and they're all romance books. So I don't know, I just feel like lately the books have been dragging for no good reason. Like, if the story naturally flows and it ends up being 700 pages, I would love that actually. I would love to be settled in, get cozy, and be in one world with great characters for 700 pages. Like, sure, why not? But that's just not the case. It just feels like it's dragging for no reason. That was one of my biggest issues with it. I mean, there are other things, like there were cringy moments and stuff, but like, that's on me. That's on me. Anyway, I rated it 3 stars. Honestly, as I was reading it, I was thinking it would be like 2 stars, maybe 2.5, and I did really enjoy the end. But you see what I mean? Maybe if we got there quicker and we didn't drag it, this could have been higher, you know? Like, the end was good. The middle was just, I don't know, are people not editing books anymore? Like, what does an editor do? Do they just like correct typos and stuff? Are they not allowed to take things out? I should stay out of their business. I don't know. That's just how I felt while reading this. I'm gonna give the activities on my spring bucket list a star rating. So I completed visiting a museum. I'm giving that 5 stars. That was lovely. I actually really liked that art museum as well. It's really, well, I feel like it's an average size. I think when you go to a lot of art museums in bigger cities, they're so huge, and like I used to go to the Met a lot, and that's obviously a special one that's really, really huge. So this one felt kind of small, and that was a good thing to me, because sometimes when an art museum is too big, I get exhausted walking around and like trying to see everything and take it all in. Sometimes it can be exhausting, but this one was just so nice. I actually did like 3 rounds of the entire thing, even though it's upstairs and downstairs. Like, it was still so easy to do that and like really, really take it all in, and I saw some amazing pieces that I love. 5 stars for visiting a museum. I obviously did not finish my spring puzzle yet. If I had to predict with what that one will be, right now, it's not looking too good. I think when I'm done, it's gonna feel very rewarding. But right now, why is it like stressing me out? My prediction for that one is 2 out of 5 right now. I also haven't finished reading Little Women. I'm really enjoying that book though. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 4 stars or above. That's my prediction. And as for the movie, I'm very easily impressed when it comes to movies. I feel like that's probably gonna be a 5-star movie. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you got to this point in the video, comment any celebratory emojis, because I'm pretty sure I'm uploading this on my birthday. If it's April 23rd when you're watching this, celebratory emojis for my birthday. Again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!